What if every dollar you've spent on memory supplements, brain pills, nootropics, and cognitive enhancement products was completely unnecessary because the most powerful neuroprotective compounds on Earth aren't manufactured in pharmaceutical laboratories, but grown on trees and vines that have been feeding humans for thousands of years? Most people have absolutely no idea that while neuroscientists are conducting rigorous, double-blind, placebo-controlled trials, proving specific fruits improve brain processing speed, enhance memory consolidation during sleep, and trigger deep sleep stages where neural repair occurs. Supplement companies are charging premium prices for isolated synthetic versions of compounds. These fruits deliver naturally with synergistic cofactors your body recognizes, and fruits containing bioactive molecules that cross the blood-brain barrier efficiently, stimulate brain-derived neurotrophic factor production, activate the glymphatic waste clearance system during sleep, and protect against the exact biological mechanisms causing Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline. These aren't ancient folk remedies waiting for scientific validation from the medical community. They're foods with published clinical trial data showing measurable improvements in memory, attention, and sleep architecture in human subjects. And today, I'm going to show you 10 fruits that repair brain cells and memory while you sleep, based on actual published scientific research that most doctors don't even know exists. Stick around because number 5 contains the highest concentration of a flavonoid that researchers have studied for over a decade, with a double-blind trial at a major university showing statistically significant improvements in brain processing speed in people with mild cognitive decline, results that genuinely surprised researchers. And number 8, the fruit most people never consider for brain health, is one of the only natural food sources of melatonin on Earth, the exact hormone triggering deep sleep where your brain does critical repair work, including glymphatic clearance of amyloid beta proteins accumulating during waking hours. What these validated fruits accomplish will completely change how you think about protecting your brain forever. If you want science-backed natural solutions for brain health, cognitive performance, and memory protection delivered every single week based on actual clinical research, hit that subscribe button to Homestead-Rooted Habits right now. So let's get into it now. Here are 10 scientifically validated fruits that repair brain cells and memory while you sleep through documented biological mechanisms, ranked from effective to absolutely extraordinary based on published clinical evidence. Number 1. Blueberries, the BDNF booster. Let's begin with the fruit that has been studied more extensively for brain health than any other through dozens of clinical trials with extraordinary results. Blueberries contain anthocyanins, water-soluble pigments that cross the blood-brain barrier and accumulate specifically in the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, the two regions most critical for memory formation and cognitive performance. Here's what makes blueberries genuinely special for brain repair. Research confirms blueberry supplementation stimulates BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, the protein your brain uses to grow new neurons and strengthen existing connections. BDNF is sometimes called miracle grow for the brain. Low BDNF levels are directly associated with Alzheimer's disease, depression, and accelerated cognitive decline. A 6-month double-blind placebo-controlled trial found participants with mild cognitive decline who consumed wild blueberry powder daily showed significant improvements in brain processing speed compared to placebo group. For sleep specifically, blueberry anthocyanins reduce neuroinflammation in the hippocampus, creating cleaner biological environment for the memory consolidation that occurs during REM sleep each night. A large observational study following over 16,000 women found those with highest blueberry and strawberry intake showed delay in cognitive aging of up to 2.5 years. Traditional use involves eating 1 cup of fresh or frozen blueberries daily. Wild blueberries contain significantly more anthocyanins than cultivated varieties. Consistent daily consumption over weeks produces most measurable brain benefits. For BDNF stimulation and memory protection, blueberries offer what decades of research confirms. Proven neuroprotection. Number 2. Pomegranate, the memory protector. Pomegranate has been consumed for over 4,000 years across ancient civilizations that understood it was medicine for the mind. Pomegranate contains punicalagins and urolithins, polyphenol compounds with antioxidant capacity significantly higher than green tea or red wine, or that cross the blood-brain barrier and support cellular cleanup in neurons. Here's what makes pomegranate remarkable for brain repair. Urolithins activate mitophagy, the cellular process that clears damaged mitochondria from brain cells. Damaged mitochondria accumulate in aging neurons and are directly linked to cognitive decline in Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. A placebo-controlled randomized trial found older adults who drank 8 ounces of pomegranate juice daily for 4 weeks showed significant improvement in verbal memory scores. The same group showed increased fMRI brain activation during verbal and visual memory tasks compared to placebo group, confirming measurable effects at the level of brain activity itself. A 12-month randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial of 261 subjects found daily pomegranate juice consumption stabilized the ability to learn visual information over 1 year. For overnight brain repair, pomegranate polyphenols reduce amyloid beta burden, the protein deposits that accumulate during the day and are cleared by the brain's glymphatic waste system during deep sleep. Traditional use involves drinking 240 milliliters of pure pomegranate juice daily or eating the seeds of 1 whole pomegranate. Choose juice with no added sugar for maximum polyphenol content. For memory protection through mitochondrial cleanup, pomegranate offers validated effectiveness. Number 3. Avocado, the blood flow fruit. Avocado provides 3 nutrients that the brain specifically requires for overnight cellular repair: monounsaturated fats, folate, and vitamin K. Approximately 60% of the human brain is fat. The monounsaturated fats in avocado are directly incorporated into neuronal cell membranes, improving their flexibility and the speed at which electrical signals travel between neurons. Here's what makes avocado special for brain health. It contains lutein, a carotenoid that accumulates in neural tissue and has been shown in clinical research to directly correlate with improved cognitive performance and memory accuracy in older adults. A randomized controlled trial found daily avocado consumption for 6 months significantly improved working memory and attention in healthy older adults compared to control group eating low-fat fruit. Avocado also contains vitamin E, as the fat-soluble antioxidant that protects neuronal cell membranes from oxidative damage accumulating during waking hours and repaired during sleep. Folate and vitamin K in avocado support the methylation processes that repair neuronal DNA damage during sleep and help protect against homocysteine accumulation, a compound linked to hippocampal damage and memory decline. Traditional use involves eating half to 1 whole avocado daily. The combination of healthy fats, folate, and lutein makes avocado most effective when consumed consistently as part of daily diet. For membrane repair and blood flow support, avocado offers comprehensive brain nutrition. Number 4. Grapes, the resveratrol carrier. Dark Concord grapes contain resveratrol, one of the most studied neuroprotective compounds in modern neuroscience research. Resveratrol activates sirtuin-1, a longevity gene that reduces inflammation and enhances the brain's ability to form and consolidate long-term memories. Here's what makes grapes genuinely effective for brain repair. Sirtuin activation is associated with improved synaptic plasticity in the hippocampus. A randomized controlled trial found resveratrol supplementation significantly improved memory performance and increased functional hippocampal connectivity in healthy older adults over 6 months. The hippocampus is the brain structure most vulnerable to aging and most responsible for converting short-term experiences into permanent long-term memories. Resveratrol directly protects and strengthens it. Concord grape juice has been specifically studied in adults with mild cognitive impairment. A trial found grape juice supplementation for 16 weeks improved memory scores and increased brain activation in memory-related regions. Traditional use involves eating 1 to 2 cups of dark Concord or red grapes daily. Pure Concord grape juice with no added sugar delivers concentrated polyphenols. Consistent daily consumption produces more measurable effects than occasional use. For hippocampal protection through sirtuin activation, grapes offer proven benefits. Number 5. Strawberries, the hippocampus defender. And here's the fruit I teased at the beginning. Strawberries contain the highest concentration of fisetin of any commonly consumed fruit, a flavonoid that researchers have studied intensively for over a decade with remarkable findings. Here's what makes strawberries genuinely extraordinary. Research found that fisetin stimulates signaling pathways that enhance long-term memory, activating the same cellular pathway involved in long-term potentiation, the mechanism by which the brain physically stores memories. Further research confirmed fisetin prevents progressive memory and learning impairments in mice genetically programmed to develop Alzheimer's disease, while significantly reducing neuroinflammation. Fisetin also acts as senolytic compound in animal studies, promoting clearance of senescent brain cells in the cortex and hippocampus. Human clinical trials are currently underway to validate these effects. Strawberries also contain pelargonidin, an anthocyanin shown to reduce amyloid beta accumulation and tau protein tangles, the 2 hallmark features of Alzheimer's disease brain pathology. The observational study mentioned earlier found those with highest combined intake of blueberries and strawberries showed delay in cognitive aging of up to 2.5 years. Traditional use involves eating 1 cup of fresh or frozen strawberries daily. Research confirms frozen strawberries retain their fisetin and polyphenol content effectively. Consistent intake over months produces cumulative neuroprotective effects. For fisetin-mediated memory enhancement, strawberries offer what no other common fruit can match. Senolytic brain protection. Number 6. Oranges, the neural shield. Oranges contain more vitamin C per serving than almost any other commonly eaten fruit. And in the brain, vitamin C plays a role far beyond immunity. The brain contains the highest concentration of vitamin C of any organ in the body, or maintaining levels up to 10 times higher than blood plasma, indicating how critically the brain depends on this nutrient. Here's what makes oranges special for brain function. Vitamin C is required cofactor for synthesizing neurotransmitters, including dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, all of which regulate mood, focus, and memory formation throughout the day and during sleep. A study found adults with highest blood levels of vitamin C performed significantly better on tests of memory, attention, and cognitive processing speed. Citrus fruits also contain hesperidin, a flavonoid shown in clinical research to improve cerebral blood flow, ensuring neurons receive the oxygen and glucose required for efficient overnight repair and memory consolidation. Vitamin C is also essential for maintaining blood-brain barrier integrity and protecting neurons from inflammatory compounds that can damage them and that the brain works to clear during deep sleep each night. Traditional use involves eating 1 to 2 whole oranges daily rather than juice to preserve the hesperidin in the fruit membrane. Grapefruit, lemon, and mandarin are also excellent sources of vitamin C and brain-supportive flavonoids. For neurotransmitter synthesis and barrier protection, oranges offer essential support. Number 7. Apples, the quiet protector. Apples are the most underestimated brain fruit on this list, containing one of the most powerful neuroprotective compounds found in any food. Apples contain quercetin, a flavonoid shown in research to increase BDNF expression in the hippocampus, directly supporting the neurogenesis and synaptic strengthening that occur during sleep. Here's what makes apples genuinely remarkable. Quercetin also inhibits the enzyme acetylcholinesterase, which breaks down acetylcholine in the brain. Acetylcholine is the primary neurotransmitter of memory and learning. Protecting it preserves memory function directly. Research found quercetin significantly reduced neuroinflammation and improved spatial memory in aged animal models, reversing cognitive deficits comparable to early neurodegeneration. Research from a major university found that apple juice consumption maintained acetylcholine levels and protected spatial memory in aging mice, validating the connection between apple compounds and memory preservation. The apple skin contains the highest quercetin concentration. Peeled apples lose approximately 75% of their neuroprotective benefit, and always eat apples whole and unpeeled for full brain benefit. Traditional use involves eating 1 to 2 whole unpeeled apples daily. Organic apples have been found to contain higher quercetin levels in some analyses. Evening consumption aligns the compounds with overnight brain repair. For acetylcholine protection and BDNF stimulation, apples offer underappreciated power. Number 8. Tart cherries, the sleep trigger. And here's the fruit I specifically teased at the very beginning. Tart Montmorency cherries are one of the only natural food sources of melatonin on Earth. And the connection between melatonin, sleep depth, and brain repair is one of the most important findings in sleep science. Here's what makes tart cherries absolutely extraordinary. Melatonin doesn't just make you sleepy. It regulates the depth and quality of slow-wave sleep, the stage during which the brain's glymphatic system flushes amyloid beta and other metabolic waste from neural tissue. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover study found tart cherry juice significantly elevated melatonin levels and increased total sleep time and sleep efficiency in 20 healthy adults over 7 days. A separate pilot study found older adults with chronic insomnia who drank tart cherry juice twice daily for 2 weeks increased total sleep time by 84 minutes on polysomnography. More sleep time means more time in slow-wave sleep. More slow-wave sleep means more glymphatic clearance. More glymphatic clearance means less amyloid beta accumulation. This chain directly describes how tart cherries protect the aging brain overnight. Tart cherries also contain cyanidin compounds and anthocyanins shown to reduce neuroinflammation and protect dopaminergic neurons, the cells most damaged in Parkinson's disease from oxidative stress. Traditional use involves drinking 240 milliliters of pure tart cherry juice 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. Choose 100% Montmorency cherry juice with no added sugar. Consistent nightly use over 1 to 2 weeks produces most measurable effects. For melatonin-mediated sleep depth and glymphatic clearance, tart cherries offer what nothing else can: natural sleep architecture optimization. Number 9. Bananas, the serotonin bridge. Bananas contain a mechanism for overnight brain repair that most people have never considered. Bananas contain tryptophan, an essential amino acid the brain uses to synthesize both serotonin and melatonin. These two compounds together regulate the sleep architecture that makes overnight brain repair possible. Here's what makes bananas special for sleep and repair. Without adequate tryptophan, the brain cannot produce sufficient melatonin to enter deep, slow-wave sleep. Without deep, slow-wave sleep, memory consolidation is impaired and glymphatic clearance is incomplete. Bananas are one of the best dietary sources of vitamin B6, the cofactor required for converting tryptophan into serotonin. Without B6, tryptophan cannot complete its transformation into the neurotransmitters the brain needs for quality sleep. Research has shown that vitamin B6 supplementation improves dream recall and vividness, indicating deeper engagement of the hippocampus during REM sleep, the phase when emotional memories are processed and consolidated. As bananas also provide magnesium and potassium, two minerals that relax the nervous system and reduce elevated cortisol that, when present at night, suppresses REM sleep and directly impairs memory consolidation. Traditional use involves eating one ripe banana 60 to 90 minutes before sleep. Riper bananas have higher tryptophan bioavailability. Pairing with small amount of healthy fat slows digestion and extends tryptophan release through the night. For tryptophan-mediated sleep architecture support, bananas offer essential precursors. Number 10. Kiwi, the sleep architect. And here we arrive at number 10. The fruit I saved for last because it has the most direct clinical evidence of any fruit on this list for improving the specific sleep conditions that allow overnight brain repair to occur. Here's what makes kiwi genuinely miraculous. A clinical study found participants who ate 2 kiwis 1 hour before sleep nightly for 4 weeks experienced 42.4% reduction in sleep onset latency. The same study found total sleep time increased by 13.4% and sleep efficiency improved by 5.41%, meaning participants spent significantly more of their time in bed in productive restorative sleep. Less time to fall asleep and more total sleep time means more time in the deep sleep and REM stages where brain repair, memory consolidation, and neurogenesis specifically occur. Kiwi contains serotonin, folate, and antioxidants that work through multiple simultaneous pathways to improve sleep quality, reduce neuroinflammation, and support the methylation processes that repair neuronal DNA damage overnight. Kiwi is one of the richest sources of vitamin C alongside citrus, and providing dual support for neurotransmitter synthesis and blood-brain barrier integrity, both essential for overnight neural repair. The folate in kiwi helps control homocysteine levels. Elevated homocysteine damages the vascular supply to the hippocampus and is directly linked to accelerated memory decline with age. Traditional use involves eating 2 kiwis 1 hour before sleep, exactly as used in the clinical trial. Both green and gold kiwi varieties contain the relevant serotonin and folate content. 4 weeks of consistent nightly use produces the most measurable improvements. For clinically validated sleep improvement and brain repair optimization, kiwi offers what nothing else delivers. Evidence-based sleep architecture enhancement, 10 remarkable fruits, decades of rigorous neuroscience research across multiple continents, centuries of traditional use now validated by modern double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials published in peer-reviewed journals. Before I go, understand these fruits didn't become brain health recommendations through marketing hype or supplement industry promotion. They earned their positions through actual rigorous, double-blind, placebo-controlled trials, showing measurable improvements in memory performance, cognitive processing speed, and sleep quality metrics. The difference between using these whole fruits versus expensive synthetic supplements isn't small or insignificant. It's the fundamental difference between supporting your brain with whole food compounds containing synergistic cofactors your body evolved to recognize and process, versus isolated synthetic molecules it doesn't fully know how to metabolize efficiently. As maximum brain protection isn't achieved through pharmaceutical intervention requiring prescriptions and managing side effects. It's about consistently consuming the specific fruits that fuel your brain's built-in nightly repair program with the exact compounds it needs. So here's what I want you to do right now. Smash that like button if this fundamentally changed how you think about brain health and what you eat before bed. Drop a comment below and tell me which specific fruit you're adding to your nightly routine first. Are you Team Tart Cherries Sleep Trigger, Team Strawberries Hippocampus Defender, or Team Kiwi Sleep Architect? I read every single comment and genuinely love hearing from you. And if you haven't subscribed to Homestead Rooted Habits yet, what are you waiting for exactly? Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. We're connecting neuroscience research with practical nutrition every single week, and I want you on this journey with us. Remember, your brain's nightly repair program is already built in through millions of years of evolution. These fruits give it the bioactive compounds it needs to run at full capacity.